Hello again. A question which sometimes perplexes me is just how stupid does the British government think that we, the electorate, actually are? After long and careful consideration this morning, I'm compelled to conclude that Rishi Sunak and his cronies honestly believe that there is no lower limit to the gullibility and dimness of the British people. I say this because after recently staving off strikes by teachers, which have now been cancelled, the Prime Minister mentioned casually that the huge sums of money needed to pay for all these higher wages can only be found by further immigration to this country. Of course, he didn't actually spell it out so bluntly, but that was without doubt the message which he meant to convey. Here is what he actually said yesterday. What we have done are two things to find this money. The first is that we're going to increase the charges which we have for migrants who are coming to this country when they apply for visas, and indeed something called the immigration health surcharge, which is a levy which they pay to access the NHS. So all these fees are going up to go up, and that will raise over £1 billion. How beautifully this statement has been worded, so that unless you read it very carefully word by word, you will not be able to extract the full meaning. Let us look at one passage. We are going to increase the charges that we have for migrants who are coming to this country when they apply for visas. We are going to increase the charges for migrants who are coming to this country when they apply for visas. This is all predicated upon future migration to this country by foreigners. They are going to do this in the future when people apply for visas. So the pay rises will only be possible if large-scale immigration continues. We could even hazard a guess as to the extent of this immigration which Rishi Sunak says we need to pay teachers and doctors these new higher wages. After the section which I quoted, Sunak went on to say, and indeed something called the immigration health surcharge, which is a levy that they pay to the NHS. So all of those fees are going to go up, and that will raise over £1 billion. Well, the fees are going up by roughly £400 per person, and this will bring in £1 billion, according at least to the Prime Minister. How many people would have to pay an extra £400 a year to raise £1 billion each year? That's an easy enough calculation. We simply see how many 400s there are in a billion. Do this at home and you will see that dividing a billion, that is to say 1,000 million, by 400 will give you exactly 2.5 million. And that's how many foreigners would need to come here each year to provide an extra £1 billion a year from that £400 increase in fees. Even assuming that Rishi Sunak actually meant that this billion would be raised from the whole of the fees paid by those coming to live in this country, which is roughly £1,000 each, that would still mean we need an extra million people each year to fund these pay rises. Are we really as stupid as he thinks we are?